Hey everybody, Diane Ross here, and I want to talk about how do you craft a backup plan for your difficult conversation when you don't have very much workplace authority and you think, well, like I can't do anything. It's out of my control. I don't have any authority here. And I hear people say that to me all the time. Well, I can't do anything. It's out of my control. And what we forget is that we have way more influence and we have way more power than we think we have. And so we just want to think a little bit more creatively and think about really focusing on your sphere of influence. Your sphere of influence. So imagine that you went to talk to your boss about how he assigns projects. And I've heard this complaint from many people where they get these rush projects where they're told this needs to be done by Friday. It's a panic, it has to be done, and you've dropped everything. You've worked ridiculous hours to get this done, and it gets onto this person's desk on Friday or in their inbox, and the next Monday comes and you check in with them. They haven't looked at it. Next Wednesday comes along. They still haven't looked at it. Next Friday comes along a week later. They still haven't looked at it. And they told you that this was a panic. And I've heard people talk about this on the streets of Vancouver. Everybody talks about this particular issue. So maybe you've mustered up the courage to have a conversation to say, look, I want to talk about how you assign projects. I've noticed this pattern of things coming to me saying it's urgent, it needs to be done. Such as the project last week. And when I follow up with you, I've noticed that sometimes it's a week, 2 weeks before you look to do it. I would love to talk about how we can manage these projects so that I can make sure you have what you need, but I'm not under this kind of stress to get these things done when the time crunch isn't as critical. And so you get into this great conversation about it, and things are better for a little bit, and then they start to slip again. And you think, well, I can't do anything. There's no backup plan for me. It's not in my authority. But what you do have influence over is letting that person know how frustrated you are. Letting that person know that you're concerned that if you continue to deal with these requests on a rush basis, that you're going to get burnt out. And that's not going to be good for either of you, that you want to be able to keep up the pace long term. And so all of a sudden you have more influence, especially when you start to think about, why would this be important for the other person? Why would it matter to them? Because they want to be able to continue to know they can rely on you to get these things done, to deal with things when they are true emergencies. And so that's what I'm talking about in terms of thinking about where is your influence, and to think a little bit outside of the box of just typical boss, colleague, employee, just those lines of communication, to where we can talk and express our feelings and our concerns and share our views. All of that is within our control and within our power.